Tee Wooten, Barrington Christian Academy, Florida City, Florida.
All right, Coach Wooten, you're the head man now. Talk about that, man. Just you've been the assistant for a while. What's that like being the man?
Well, it's actually fun and it's challenging at the same time, Manny. I have a great group of kids. I got the job in early January, and it's been a transition in regards to getting the kids refocused, and I just wanted to bring in the classroom aspect first. We got to be student athletes first, and the football part is a reward and like a little extra icing on the cake in regards to understanding that we need to be student athletes, and that's important. I learned that, at Belen with Coach Stewart all those years, and over at Champion with Mike Tunsil when I was over there with him. We always pushed and preached academics first, and I wanted to bring that same structure to Barrington, to these kids, and get them to believe and see that they can be more than just athletes.
And obviously the kids there, they all come from different walks of life and different kind of kids than the ones you get in Belen. How's that adjustment been for you?
Well, kids are kids. You just got to be honest, direct, and truthful with them. And I haven't met a kid yet that doesn't want someone to love them and point them in the right direction. And my kids at Barrington are no different than the Homestead or South Day kids or the South Ridge kids. They just want structure and love and someone to believe in them and trust them and guide them in the right direction. And it's still a work in progress, don't get me wrong, but I think that they're starting to really, really buy into what I'm trying to do and what I stand for and what I want the program to stand for, because I want to build a program at Barrington, not just be recognized as an athletic team.
Tell me about some of the top kids on the team. Obviously, there's ones that you brought here today. Talk about those guys, the position they play, their names, and then why they're good players.
Well, I'll start with my senior, Marquand Ford. He's an outside linebacker, defensive end. Marquand is a great kid. He's one of those kids, Manny, that will play anywhere you have to play. Because we're a smaller school, so obviously we have to play both sides of the ball. But he's one of those kids that will jump in and play anywhere or do whatever it takes for us to be successful and for us to do and accomplish what it is that we're trying to accomplish. Next, I have freshman running back Javis Johnson, who was a phenom on the Florida City national championship team a couple of years ago. Great kid, works hard, tremendous athletic talent. Want to get him going in the right direction to stay on pace as he enters high school, and I'm pushing him hard and recognizing that classroom. Great talent, but we're going to make sure you stay on pace academically as well. Next, I have another ninth grader, Andre Cheney. Same thing, played at Richmond Park down there with Eddie Alford and those guys off Richmond Park, and I want to push to him the same thing, academics in regards to starting high school, because that's when a lot of your younger kids mess up, that ninth grade year. And I don't want those guys to fall into that particular track. Next, I have Gary Salters. He's a junior. Gary will be real vocal and a good player for us on the defensive side of the ball, playing inside linebacker. Great kid. Doesn't really talk a lot, but goes about his business and workmanlike. No problems, never complains, does whatever we ask him to do as well. And I don't think I forgot anybody. I think I got them all.
I think you're good.
Okay.
So tell me about the district or the schedule, what you guys are in now, and what you hope to accomplish with this team.
Well, what people need to realize is District 2A8 is going to be more competitive than they realize. Obviously, Coach Sonneborn and Dave Christian they're the big boys on the block after finishing runner-up in 2A in the state. So everybody else is pretty much fighting for second. And in that regard, it's football. Anything can happen. Football guys stay with you throughout the season. And, you want to just get to the playoffs, and then it's 0-0, and then it's going to be what it's going to be. But we're excited. We want to put our names in there and get in the hunt and let everybody know that, we're not just going to sit on the porch. We're coming out fighting to be scrappy and compete and so on and so forth. And the overall schedule that we have, I think, is a very realistic one, but it's going to also challenge us at different parts of the season to try to help us make that run, to try to get into the playoffs, because that is our goal, is to get into the playoffs, and we'll see what happens once that happens.
Last question for you. You're sitting in December looking back on the season. What's going to make you most proud now? What goals you hope to accomplish and turn around and say, okay, we did that. This is what we want to do going into year 2?
Well, I want to be able to look over my season and see that my kids have really matured and played disciplined, sound, fundamental football. And if we do that, that's going to be one of the most proudest moments of my young coaching head career, because it was a rebuilding process. And I understood that when I took the job, and that's what we're working towards, and I believe that it can get done.